Morning guys, long time no see, as per usual. I think that's like the first thing you usually hear from me, so yeah. It's been what, 8 months, maybe even more, since I last posted a video, and a lot has changed from what, June I believe, last June, and some of the things still stay the same, but I'll try and do like a little vlog today and just kind of brief you in, tell you what's been going on about my birth story, yada yada yada. You'll see, we'll see. Because to be honest, I know I just need to film something, I need to create, because I'm getting really antsy and bored and the routine is killing me. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, if this video ever goes live. If you hear some noises, that's Lucas playing next to me on the sofa. So yeah, my labor and delivery story. On 29th of July, just before 6 in the morning, my water broke, woke me up. So yeah, I woke up Andrej. I was lucky that he was still home that day. Rang the hospital, had a shower, breakfast, my last coffee in peace. We were joking around, basically, really excited. Yay, it's finally happening. I was 2 days after the due date, so I was quite antsy, because I was swollen like, oof. I'll insert a clip here so you can see us like driving to the hospital, and you will see how big my face was, and that wasn't even the worst of it. What is it? 29th of July.
Yes. 8:12 a.m.
8:12 a.m. I was rudely woken 10 to 6 this morning because my water just broke, and now we're on the way to hospital to see how far along am I in the labor. Contractions not really regular, pain not really consistent, so who knows? How are you feeling, Daddy to be? After we came to the hospital, they hooked me up to the machine, started measuring like my contractions. They weren't regular, they weren't painful enough, strong enough, and then they did the like examination down there, and the really young midwife said, oh, you're not dilating, you're not even 1 centimeter dilated, you're not having this baby today, so go home, relax, have fun, and come back after 24 hours in the morning and we're gonna get you induced. So I was like, right, okay, never mind, we're going home. So yeah, we went home. We live like 30 to 40 minutes from the hospital, 30 if there's no traffic, which there was at the point we were going home, which was around 12 o'clock. He's loud. Roughly in like 10 minutes of driving home, I started getting like really bad pains, bad contractions. Couldn't breathe through them. I was just lucky that they lasted only like 30 to 40 seconds and they're like 3 to 4 minutes apart. So I thought, right, something is not quite okay, but hey, they know what they're doing, we're going home. So we came back home. I was told to measure my temperature and keep like a log of it, just in case of the infection. So I took my temperature, like measured my temperature, took some paracetamol and went to bed to try to get some sleep. It wasn't even like 5 to 10 minutes after I took the paracetamol, it didn't work. The pain just, it started getting worse and worse, and it was what, like 40 to 50, maybe even 1 minute long contractions, still 3 to 4 minutes apart. So at that point Andrew decided to run me a bath, so I went into the bath, tried to relax, because that's what I wanted initially, like gas and air and the pool. Natural birth, because we women can do it, and trust me, I'm an advocate. We can do it. I just don't believe I can. So we'll get to that. So yeah, I went into the bath, tried to relax, breathe through the contractions. Andrew was with me, and at some point, like 5 minutes after like being in, I started getting really sick. So I climbed out quickly, threw up. Andrew rang the hospital and told him, look, something's not okay, we're coming back. Back into the car, straight to the hospital, and there was a rush hour. Of course it was. So it took us around 45 minutes to get to the hospital, and when we parked up, it is what, 1 to 2 minute walk from the parking space to the door, to the labor ward. I think it took us like 15 minutes, because at that point my contractions were at least a minute long and 2 to 3 minutes apart. Came back in, they told me I can't have another examination to see how far I was, because I'm risking like emergency C-section or any other complications because of the infections. So yeah, they gave me another paracetamol and ran me a bath. So I said, cool, I'm gonna relax again. Climbed in, and 1 or 2 contractions in the bath, I had like a really sharp pain down there, and I was like, something ain't right, because it doesn't feel like it felt before. So we told the midwife, look, just do the examination, because at least at that point we'll know how far along am I, and because it was my first birth and it was my first labor and the last. But yeah, you don't know what to expect, you don't know how it's supposed to feel like, you don't know. Basically you just listen to your body, and my body was telling me something wasn't right, so I was just lucky I listened to it. So they did an examination, and they figured that Lucas turned around somewhere between that morning when the water broke and 2 baths and what was it? I think it was 4:30 in the afternoon. Something like that, yeah. 4 or 5 in the afternoon. He turned around, so he wasn't head down like he was from the 32nd week forward, but he was feet first. So yeah, that was a shock, and when the midwife figured out his feet first, she went like pale and rang the surgeon immediately. They hooked me up to the like ultrasound. Couple of seconds, yeah, we're gonna have an emergency C-section. And at that point I was really afraid. Even when I was like pregnant, I was telling everyone I really don't want to have a C-section because I don't like needles. My battery ran out. We're in Lucas's nursery. Hey little one. Cuckoo. Yeah, I believe I was somewhere around, they figure out that he's breached. Yeah, it was quite an emergency, because when the surgeon, I think she was a surgeon, she did the ultrasound, figure out that Lucas is really in breech position, like feet first. It wasn't even a minute after, like 2 minutes after, I know, because there was contractions. So I know how far apart they was, so that is how I was counting time at that point. Yeah, they hooked me up with cannula, painkillers, yeah, there was a lot of people rushing around me, reading, I don't know, like law or something, I don't know, I had to sign it. Andrew wasn't allowed to sign it in my name. They kept asking me what's my name, what's my surname, what's my date of birth. and I was losing consciousness. I couldn't breathe through the contractions, so when they rushed me into the theater and they had to give me like the spinal block. Yeah. When they had to give me like the injections in the spine, because that was my worst fear, getting injections, especially in the spine in the middle of contractions. At that point, the contractions were like a minute apart and they lasted like a minute to 2 minutes, so it was really, really, really urgent. Yeah, they managed to do it. I was pain-free. Andrej came into the theater, we chit-chatted through the whole C-section process, and yeah, not even an hour later, this little tyke came to the world via sunroof. So yeah, that is my labor story. I was in active labor, like contractions, for 5.5 hours. Do I want to do it again? Not a chance. Never. It's only gonna be Lucas. Not planning on having any other kid, because I don't want to go through that pain ever again, because it was excruciating. So heads down to all the moms who can do it the natural way, multiple times, and they still want to have more kids, because no, it was too much for me and for Andrej. So yeah. So yeah, you're probably wondering why I didn't show you any footage of Lucas yet. The reason being, well, if you do follow us on Instagram, there are some photos of him, there are some stories of him, so we're not like hiding him. But going forward with filming YouTube videos, we're gonna like choose the content wisely. I don't want the whole world to like know this kid before he even knows himself, if you know what I mean. It's like he can't really choose what I post online about him, and it is not... I don't want to do this. I don't want to like expose him to the world, to be judged or anything, basically, before he can decide on his own what he wants to be like, what he wants to have online. So yeah, he will appear in YouTube videos, but it won't be like camera in his face, he's here to entertain you. It's just gonna be like little story times about, I don't know, my mental health, breastfeeding, weaning journey, nappies. So basically the vlogs won't be like, oh, I'm here drinking my coffee, playing with my kid, blah blah blah, because our days are boring. Trust me, they're boring. They're like the most boring routine you can ever imagine. And I don't want to watch this, so why would you? But at the end of the day, I want to put out like content, like some videos, that might help other moms, because frankly, this motherhood hit me like a storm. I thought it's gonna be like an easy sail. I read some books, I knew about everything, it's gonna be easy, we're gonna play and learn and blah 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 blah. No. It was quite the opposite of it, and I will get into it in next vlogs. Right, so I'm just gonna finish the video here. Basically, that was my labor story. There's nothing much to say. Yeah. So hopefully there will be a next video. Who knows? Yeah, I'm coming. Bye bye.